guys, this is Sidney. So I'm on here today to share with you some energy updates and some guidance based on the things that I have been tapping into energetically, the messages that I've been receiving, dissecting, and confirming. And I'm gonna let my intuition guide me through this video. So if you're connecting with the energy of this video and my energy here, take what resonates for you, and as always, discern for yourself, because I want you to keep your power to yourself. As always, that is my purpose here. I am sharing this, disseminating information and where we are heading into, but everyone is on an individual journey that is very unique to the person. And it is always to honor our own unique journey, honor your own unique journey, and honor your unique truth that may be very personal to you at this time. So the truth can look, feel, and can be seen very uniquely for different individuals. So we don't get too caught up in our ego of separation by comparing, meaning where they are, where I am, what they're seeing, what I'm seeing. And also another one is proving myself right, prove them wrong, right? We get caught up in the ego, and with that, the first message is the wheel of karma. So the more we try to prove them wrong or prove myself right, as long as we are playing that game, we are in the wheel of karma, meaning I am in duality, meaning I am in separation. But this journey is about finding who I really am, meaning remembering who I really am. And the reason why I use the word remembering rather than finding or discovering it is because it's always been there. But we chose to play the game of the illusion. So it's like you going into like a video game. So you play, you choose different character, you choose different personality, you start to play, you start to go into level 1 and there are a lot of enemies you're fighting and trying to slay, right? And trying to find your happiness there, enjoy, go to the next level, move on, move on, move on, like that. So in a way, this is a game. This is all an illusion. But as long as we are staying in duality, in separation, we're not gonna see, feel, and believe this as an illusion. But this we feel, see, and believe as real, and that our true self, the essence that is the spirit and the soul, will be the illusion. That is the tricky part, right? This is really interesting to see, because the message that came through yesterday is this is all just a dream. This is just a dream. And when we die, meaning when we end this life, meaning when we leave this physical vessel, because we are in the 3D physical, and our true self, the light, leaves the body, and that is who we really are. But right now we came in to this mask, to this costume, to this character, so we are playing this out. And you chose this particular challenges, particular sufferings, particular relationships. Everything is contracted because your soul, the spirit, that is who you really are, wanted to learn something through the challenges, And in the midst of learning, you want it to expand. Okay? That is the infinite self. That is who you really are. So take however it resonates for you at this time, because what I'm getting is when I'm sharing this, everyone will have a different meaning and different interpretation of this, and some may even find themselves judging these messages, right? And not believing or trying to find faults with it, and then that is perfectly fine. But just notice what you are playing out, what you are playing with, okay? And if you find yourself in that judgment, especially hating, disagreeing, then your vibration is only going to trigger this further along, and it's only going to lower your vibration. So that way you can detach or discontinue watching, or because it's only going to lower your vibration, and we want to have everyone's vibration in a higher state, and I want to help you through that as well. So one way you can do that is to allow yourself to feel these emotions, so-called the negative ones, but you want to take a moment or take a day or two to reflect on where you're being triggered and how you respond or react to these triggers, and what is causing you these emotions, so that you can recognize your own patterns, so you can restructure your own patterns. So basically, what we are going through right now is repatterning our DNA structure, and on the day of 12/12, we're going to have another portal that's going to be opened to activate or to support our activation of 12-strand DNA. And it's going to start from that point onwards, is what I'm getting. And the Grand Central Sun will play a big part in that. It's going to activate all our chakras, 12 chakras, and it's going to further support our growth and healing. And what I mean by healing at this time is releasing or recognizing resistance, so that you could release them. So with that, the idea of manifestation, or the concept of it, also needs to shift to be aligned with this higher frequency that we are moving into from the 3D concept. So that has been coming up. Okay, so a lot of the concepts in relation to manifestation right now is in relation to accumulation of money, wealth, power, and love in a relationship, right? And or the money aspect is coming in very strong, that we need to release this idea that is very much tied to the idea of manifestation as something that we are gaining right now, because that was what we needed to do, or that was the level of understanding or the level of consciousness that we were in. But now, as we are rising in frequency and moving into 5D, we need to understand that manifestation is, in a way, happening all the time. It has been happening all the time. It's not something that you need to do extra in order to do something. And the only reason that we had to stay in that place or have that concept was because we were living in a lot of survival energy, a lot of lower frequencies. And lower frequencies and survival means constant state of dis-ease, constant state of tension, constant state of stress due to separation within, that is creating conflicts within, therefore that is creating the conflict outside with the world. Because as long as it's like this, as long as the nation is seeking security, we will continue to have wars in this world, in this planet. As long as a person is seeking security within, that person wants to control others. So it's in a way, a different way of looking at things, that the security is already with you. It's within you already. There's no need for you to fight. There's no need for you to obtain. There's no need for you to acquire more than who you are, because you are enough as you are in this very moment. And that also another message is that even though, or wherever you are, whether it's a difficult emotion that you're dealing with, anger, stress, anxiety, physical illness that may be taking a toll on you, like cancer or serious illness that is causing you a lot of fear and stress at this moment due to energies rising up that is bringing up a lot of physical symptoms to the surface that is tied to the energies and vibrations. Do not worry, but we are in fear right now, whether it's grief, sadness from your idea that someone cannot be trusted, someone betrayed, someone is judging, someone is talking bad about you, or that who you called or believed was your best friends or families that you call them, you realize they didn't have the best interest in you, or they were only there at the end as long as you served them in some way. So it was not unconditional, it was conditional. And once we recognize these truths, we start to grieve, we start to feel disappointment and feel sadness. That's going to close down our heart chakra. But with that, the healing will begin. You need to understand that these are just illusions. We are just playing different roles. This is the avatar that you are playing. Everyone is playing. On a soul level, when you merge with them, it's beautiful love and light. It is beautiful, unconditional love and light. But when we come down here, we forget. And so this is all just a dream. The real is that you are the spirit and that you are a soul that is love, that is light, that is infinite, that is limitless, that is free, that is joyous, that is ease. So what we are learning right now is to let go of what we are holding on to. That is the memories, meaning the past. Memories, meaning the past. Past, meaning trauma at this point in the frequency of this planet right now. Past holds a lot of trauma. We are releasing this, not just from this lifetime, for many, many lifetimes. Okay? So all the memories are stored in our cell, and we are really beginning our cellular restructuring, DNA regeneration at this time. And with that, the physical healing is on the spotlight right now. We need to really look into, listen to our physical body. And this body, we need to consider this body a temple from this moment onwards. Honor this temple and nurture, cleanse, make it strong, make it flexible so that energy can flow through with ease. And that is who you really are. We are returning to our true self in the fifth dimensional earth, and we are in the process. So every process you're going through, we need to trust our process, because the key word will be believing and trusting, rather than believing or rather than doubting, fearing what we don't see or can grab hold of, because we are all energies in essence. So with that, we want to take care of this physical body or this sanctuary or this temple, but in the game of the illusion, we played a lot with physical sensation like taste, right? Those pleasures. So we want to start building relationships with foods in a different way as well. The energy the food holds when we consume, it adds to our temple. So instead of looking just for the taste, which we get addicted to, right, with a lot of chemicals that we are consuming, that we've been consuming, that is causing dis-ease in our body, in our nervous system. Everything is interrelated, our mind, body, and spirit, and we need to cleanse them all together, meaning to support our DNA activation and cellular regeneration, so that we can release, no longer have the survival pattern in our DNA structure, moving on to the fifth dimensional earth or the new golden age, so we don't pass down that genetic or that cell to the next generation. You see? So in that sense, we are playing a very important role right now, every individual on this planet. So I want you to honor and have a sense of purpose in your journey right now, because when we have a sense of purpose like that, that is bigger, that is connected to the divine and the universe, that is who you are, it's going to really support us to keep on stepping, meaning keep staying on course. Otherwise, what does ego like to do? Ego wants a quick fix. Ego wants to be right or prove others wrong, right? Ego likes to argue. Because of this, ego challenges others instead of challenging themselves. And ego wants the results fast and quickest. So it's going to take away our focus and attention constantly. And at this time, we are embracing this aspect. And the reason why it is so activating is because we have a lot of fear from the DNA structure or that imprint in our cellular structure. And in order for us to heal, or meaning repattern the structuring, like cymatic, like water molecular structure, when you put in certain sounds, when you expose to a certain environment, you play music that is harmonious or you play music that is not harmonious, these structures shift instantly. That's what we are doing right now. And the sounds, we talk of music, right? Healing frequencies, all these modalities that are supportive to heal our emotional wounds, even light language. All these things are supportive measures, but the key is within you. Your sound, the words you speak, and the thought you hold in your mind is vibration, meaning sound. Om, the creation of all things. Om. So everything was created from this single sound. And so when you understand this, your thought is a creation of its own. Your words, creation of its own. When you say, I hate it, I don't like that, I like that, okay? Or, I hate that person, I don't know why that's happening, I don't know why they're like that. Whenever we hold these thoughts, whenever we speak these out, your cellular structure is in constant movement, like that cymatic. Once you play certain sounds, the shape shifts and changes, the molecular structures. So the disease that we are having right now is based on these thoughts that we've been holding, the words that we've been speaking, and the cells that you chose to embody within to clear if you are a generational karmic cycle breaker, okay? So you chose this particular nose, you chose this particular skin type, you chose this particular organs that make up this body, moving from one generation to the next, that's retaining this memory. Now you are here to what? Heal, meaning repattern these structures and anchor this down with a lot of activations, portals opening with energy support to anchor this down and repattern it, and then integrate and then stabilize in your cellular structure, your nervous system, because the body stores memories, body reacts. So in that sense, we are reacting not to the person or the situation, but we are reacting to the memories, because we hold the vibration, and the situations and the person that holding the energy resembles very similar frequency to that of the past, you see? So that's how like attracts like. And once you shift from saying, why is this happening? I don't like having this trigger. I don't like feeling this anger. I don't like that person saying these things over and over. Why aren't they changing? Right? When we repeat these words, your cellular structures are patterning in the survival old ways. So now we are being called to reshape, restructure the cellular structure for DNA strand activation, the 12th DNA strand activation. And on the 12/12, we are going to have the Helios activation based on what I received from Source. And the Grand Central Sun will play a big part. And at this time, on a practical level, if you're dealing with a lot of emotional triggers, certain negative thoughts, habits of anxiety, stress, and one of the most common thought pattern, the mental pattern that is constantly creating your reality, is expecting the worst. So I'm gonna fail at that. I'm gonna be this. They're not gonna like me. They're not gonna love me. They're not gonna hear me. You see, these are creating that very thing that you're speaking to yourself or sharing with other people. So at this time, we need to be extra conscious with the words that we speak and share outside and inside as well, because these are sounds. Creation. You are a creator. And the difference between you believing yourself as a creator or not is you understanding this, okay? And everything that you're experiencing is a result of your own creation. And that's where we are called to learn about accountability, being the leader of your own reality, because it was all your creations. I married this person. I had 3 kids. I had divorce. I'm in this relationship. I'm having this illness. I'm having this blah. I'm being stuck at this job, or I went to this school that's terrible, or I went into this relationship. Nobody put you there. It was your vibration playing this game of illusion, creating all these situations on purpose. That's why we say everything serves a purpose at a larger perspective, because there is a lesson, meaning growth. And why do we choose this? Because your essence is soul and spirit that is infinite, that is limitless, that eternally evolves and expands. They want it to grow. So you want to start having this bigger sense of purpose in the journey that you're having right now. And as you heal the entire generations, both past and the future. So you are the key right now, especially if you're on Earth at this time of transition, moving from 3D to 5D, so-called, okay? And music can play an important part as well, because that is a form of sound. You can use different hertz that are specific to specific supportive, different specific patterning in your cellular structure to take place. Is everything is creation. It's repatterning certain things. If you listen to 423, 417, it has different effects. It shapes in different ways. Sometimes it would heal your heart. It would heal your third eye or your root chakra, your sacral, right? It all has different purposes. But the most important sound is the sound that is coming from and within you. The thought that you're holding, the words that you say, okay? And also, I was guided to share this. Atlantis was on 5th dimensional frequency, and the moment that it started to go into a lot of, I would say, hierarchical power and domination and control outside rather than for the highest good of all, was with one single thought from one single high priest at the time. He played around with the thoughts, what if I use this to gain blah? And that energy planted the seed in the 5th dimensional frequency, and it started to expand from that moment onwards. Okay, so the reason or the purpose behind me sharing this story, or rather I was guided to share this, was because your thought right now, your words, hold the key to the future that you want to create, or rather I would say the reality that you desire to experience moment to moment, that is ease, that is love, that is harmony, that is joy, that is inspiration, that is passion, right? That is balance. Everything that you desire and crave is because it's already within you. You want to be who you are. And everything else playing this role and that role creates what? Stress, anxiety, fear, doubt, because it's not in alignment with who you truly are. And we are all going to that journey within, remembering who you really are at your core, meaning your true essence, meaning your truth. But at this time, because we have a lot of programmed this meaning, this patterning, anchored with media, with the news, with certain entertainment, it's shaping because they're all what? Talking, singing. These are all sounds, creation that is what? Affecting, like cymatic, repatterning your structure constantly. Therefore, you want to choose your environment consciously and wisely, the people you interact with, people you surround yourself with. Okay? And to come to that point of discernment, you need to heal, because we are going to attract, meaning just on the same resonance, and we need to learn a lesson in order to recognize the truth in something. Okay? And that's how we can discern better, only through this. And we cannot skip 1 grade or 2 grade. And that is whenever that happens or that urge comes, it is the ego. Spirit sits in neutrality and always in ease, because what? It trusts. So the key is the trust, and belief is a concept that we need to build, meaning with the divine. The relationships with the divine comes into play very strongly at this moment right now, as we are moving out of these old patternings. So in Scorpio season, what played out, what I saw in the collective was revisiting some sort of memory from the past, whether it would be looking through an old album or old photos, old objects that bring up certain memories, or reconnecting with certain people from the past, or having certain memories come up suddenly, or the same person who used to trigger you with the same anger, frustration, coming up to the surface, re-triggering you intensely once again. It was all with the full moon in Gemini that was squaring Saturn. And Saturn is about structure, karma, lessons, obligations, duties. So what I saw and got was a lot of your unique Saturn placements in your natal birth chart would have played a significant role. And if you want to learn more about where your trigger is coming from, what you need to look into, learn more about yourself, you can look into these charts and then find Saturn placements, whether it's Saturn in Scorpio, Saturn in Virgo, or you could also find that your Saturn is in the 5th house, or Saturn is in 12th house, or something like that. It has different meanings and different lessons. It's all unique for everyone, so you may want to look into it, Google it, if you resonate, of course. Okay, so everything also needs to take place in a natural, organic way. Anything that you push hard, force, is the ego. And that is the lesson that you need to learn. So we are constantly manifesting. And it's not about just acquiring money or acquiring certain things that you wish or because you lack that you don't have. It's about learning that everything is already within. But what we are learning is about these resistance that we came down here to play, the illusions, the fears, resistance, the ego, dominating, right? And our true essence is ease, love, harmony, light, right? Joy. But what is blocking us from connecting with this, our essence that is already here with you? So the more you try to control your emotions and whatever that's going on, wanting to fix others, why are they like that? Why are they like this? Right? Judgment. Judgment, simply you can see that as fear, assumptions from your old memories of the trauma. You assume that everyone is like that. You assume the world is like that for everyone, which is the ego, because ego wants to what? Feel like it's the center of the world. That's why we need to go out of that, the bigger picture, build a relationship with the bigger purpose and the divine in order to stay on course, is because we are going to get constantly distracted with the ego right now because of what? The DNA structure, the cellular structure. We are going to play this out. But the purpose behind it is for you to recognize the patterns and bring out your true essence of who you are. That is the creator. Om. Your thought creates, your words create. So what? Om. Now you are creating, orchestrating, like a conductor, like a musician, right? But to become that musician, we are learning how to play with magic, how to play with different sounds that are disharmonious. You're putting them together, putting this orchestra together to create this beautiful music, but you need to practice. When you learn a new instrument, you're going to make sounds that are not inharmonious, that doesn't sound pleasant, but that is part of the process. So we need to go through that process. So that's why we need to honor the process, and wherever you are is exactly where you need to be in this moment. Meaning, in that moment, there's no judgment. In that moment, there's only trust, there's no fear. You see? That's why it is important for us to continue to build this relationship by what? Using sounds, your words that you speak, affirmations, the thoughts that you have during your meditation, right? I am who I am, and that is enough. I trust the process. I am grateful for this trigger. I am grateful for what I need to learn this time through this discomfort, this ease, this emotion. I am grateful for this journey to help me remember and connect with who I really am. That is the love, that is the light, that is the joy, that is the harmony. The all that I have been seeking was with me. It's within me always. You see? You see that, how that's all playing out? Okay. So we've been dealing with shedding the memories. So if that played out in your reality, especially in November during Scorpio season, was not to really pull you down, because that is one way to see it. Your perspective, your thought, that's creating that you're going to be stuck there, right? You want to expand, okay? The purpose, the bigger purpose behind it was for you to recognize the patterns, okay? And so that you could become a creator, a conscious creator, because now you are seeing like an observer watching the movie playing out, because it's an illusion. You're in the audience watching everything. You are not inside playing it anymore, because you've played it already. You need to say goodbye, part ways. You see, that is, in a way, is a karmic step that we are taking on a collective level. You are letting go. And the key to becoming a conscious manifester rather than unconscious manifester at this time is to let go of what you used to hold on to, meaning resistance, because of the fear that is rooted with the structure of judging. Because we needed to survive. We needed to what? Fight to win, fight to secure. You're always secure. That's the energy that we are moving into. Right now, we are trying to find security, find safety. That's where we get controlled, manipulated, because we are in fear. When someone says, I can save you, when someone says, if you do this, if you follow me, you're gonna be freed. That's why I always say, discern for yourself, keep power to yourself, not just follow, not just take, and honor your journey instead of comparing or competing with others. It's creating unnecessary jealousy, hatred, envy. These are all forms of judgment rooted from comparison of what? The DNA structure. Okay? So when you play this out, observe your emotions, observe the way you think, observe how you think and perceive. So you are now in the audience because you play that, so you can see the lesson. You can see the bigger picture, what you played, what they played, what you said, what they said, and how it impacted each other, and what you need to realize and learn. And that ability is already within you, because it is who you really are. That is the divine. Okay, so when we say connecting with the divine, the higher self, you're actually connecting with your higher consciousness. Okay, that is also in relation to 12 strands of DNA activation. And I mentioned something about our upper chakras being activated. So it's all happening organically in a natural way. Everything is planned out. But we always have a choice in every moment to moment to choose whether to fall back or choose your best, meaning your highest timeline. And when we say highest timeline, simply we could see that as aligning yourself to love that is unconditional, that is limitless, that is free, that is love, that is light. And whenever you are grateful for every process, you are a step closer to that. This is why the power of gratitude is always emphasized in healing. The power of affirmations are highly emphasized in healing, especially at this moment right now. Okay? And on a soul level, you accumulated so much wisdom, Okay? So honor your journey wherever you are. You may be tempted to look what others are doing, what someone else is doing. It's taking away your energy because you're giving it the energy, you see? Store that inside. Choose your environment wisely. The people you are talking to, the conversations that you are engaging in. Is it gossip? It is creating drama. It is talking bad about someone. It is talking ill about someone. Are you wishing ill intention towards someone? You are creating Om. And when you create something, the law of karma, what you put out, you receive. Those are the seeds that you're planting. So you think that it's going to that person or the situation, but in actuality, you're going to hit back with all of that. And I'm not sharing this to create fear out of you, but from a neutral standpoint, that is how that cycle, the wheel of karma, works. And once you release this pattern, meaning restructure your pattern, you are going to get into the wheel of fortune because you are in a higher vibration aligned with ease. Okay, so right now in the Scorpio, moving from Scorpio season, entering into the Sagittarius season, a lot of people, meaning souls on a collective level, have done healing work on themselves, especially the ones who've been in isolation, who dealt with loneliness, who didn't discontinue because it's hard, because it's challenging. They didn't stop. They remained grateful for all those emotions of anger, all those emotions of frustration, all those emotions of disappointments, all those emotions of grief and sadness from people who felt that they betrayed you, done you wrong. You are remaining grateful for these lessons because you're not trying to fix them. You understand this is all just a game for your soul expansion. Okay, so that's why we say continue to focus inward. We need to go in because we are moving into that age of spirituality, the Aquarius. But it is also the air sign, but also it holds the water bottle, the water pouring. When you look at that symbol, so what I see is the star card in tarot. We need to rise up, activate our Merkaba, the 12 DNA activation, the 12 DNA strands, restructuring everything to become the star of your own, to shine as you're meant to, meaning just who you are. And there's no need for you to prove, because in this world right now, we are constantly being judged to prove them wrong, right? Or prove me right. We unnecessarily get into anger, frustration, conflict, arguments, hate. Okay? It is all your creation. We are all in the process of becoming the star, that shining star, the sovereignty, the age of sovereignty. In the age of Aquarius, where you stand, you shine and radiate your beautiful, unique light because you are enough. You don't need to prove yourself right. You don't need to prove others wrong in order to shine. You see, everyone can shine together, and there is enough good for everyone. That is the true meaning of abundance that we are trying to embody, embrace, integrate, anchor down right now. Through our body, it's going to be anchored down to Gaia. Okay, we are all connected to Gaia, and we are going to be connected to Gaia even more so. And with that, our physical healing. And what I also got was, for those of you who have resisted holding on to the past, playing out the same pattern in the ego, now the energy is rising so much so quickly, it's going to come out, manifest as a physical symptom. So a lot of people may experience diagnosis with cancer. That's what I heard. And I'm not trying to deliver good or bad right now, just is. I have dealt with this on a physical level. I had to go through physical cleansing and still in the process of it, trying to alkalize. So I want you to do some research on your own. Take what resonates for you with your intuition, as always. And that if you're also in that process, you will know, because you will feel cold to certain foods or not cold to certain foods, and it's going to be intuitive. And whenever you decide with the mind, it will only hurt the body, even though it's good, because your vibration is not ready for that. So it's like trying to feed a feast to a 2-year-old or the baby who was just born, who didn't develop everything. It's gonna make the baby sick, right? So you need the spoonful, what is alignment with the baby, so she can or he can digest completely and develop in its own natural organic way. So you want to listen to your body, tune into which foods that you're drawn to. And if you are dealing with physical illness in one way or another, continue to love that part of yourself you're feeling hurt or you're worried about. Calm it down. Say that you're okay. Everything's going to be okay. Once again, Om, the sound is creating in the body. The cells are restructuring. It's trying to regenerate for you. It's always trying to work for you, not against you, okay? So work with it in tandem like that. Also physical movement, not just physical training to look good, to be in good shape, to lose weight. It's about you being in union with the body and energy, like yoga. Yoga simply means being in union within. So the energy can flow without resistance. Stay in flow. So you can learn about different movements that allow you to stay in control, meaning like yoga, giving tension, relaxation, in that moment of tension and relaxation, to an extent where it's only natural. You're not going to hurt yourself, but it's going to expand, grow over time. So the stiff body can become flexible, so the energy can move through. So also the physical movement also plays a key role that you want to look into if you resonate. So in order for the cellular restructuring or the cells to be supported, we need minerals. That's why we are called to eat more fruits, and fruits and vegetables hold a lot of water. And we need surplus amount of hydrating alkaline environment for cells to perform at its best and heal, meaning restructure, and also the nervous system, the lymphatic system. So you want to look into meridian tapping, lymphatic drainage, movement in different areas, flexibility, not just strength training, how to combine these two, because we also need to elevate this physical structure in order to contain this high frequency light down the line, okay? So that is also coming up. So the 1212 portal will be potent for that activation. So something that you can do on a practical level is to go outside in nature or go outside, connect with the sun when it's sunny outside, wherever you are. Close your eyes and then look to the sun and allow that energy. It's a portal in and of itself you are connecting to, that allow that energy to energize you, cleanse your aura, activate and heal your third eye, heal your eyes as well, all these areas, and then it's going to rejuvenate you. Also, you can go out in nature in barefoot, touch a tree, connect with the tree of life, the wisdom. Okay? And so that you can ground your energy whenever you are dealing with difficult, challenging, discomfort, uncomfortable emotions. You are trying to release, meaning repattern, release these memories. Talk to the tree, ask the tree to support you with the wisdom, the stillness, the groundedness, the deep rootedness, this harmony, the presence, the joy, the unconditional love. And Gaia is always generous. And make sure to thank the nature. Make sure to thank the tree. Reciprocate. Practice this reciprocation of appreciation, gratitude. Okay? So you can do that, and also with your bare feet, connect to the earth. It's going to pull out the toxins in your body, not just the energy cleanse up, so you can also have physical health benefits as well. Personally, what I'm doing is I do cold shower in the morning. Ice bath would be best to heal your nervous system, but if it's not available, you can take cold showers in really cold water, or just put your face in the ice cold water and allow yourself to gradually build into this. Okay, do not push hard, any harder than what you can digest in this moment. You need to be natural, meaning that is your true state. Okay, so continue to connect that way. And what I also got was the more oxygen, the fresh one would be best, right? Going into the mountains or areas where you can breathe in fresh air, where there are a lot of trees, right? Breathe in deep, in and out fast, to provide oxygen to your brain and to your chest, which is going to support your heart chakra, to your lungs, to flow that energy through, to activate your third eye and also your upper chakras, because everything that you eat is the energy. You can see that as energy, and that's going to, if it's in alignment with the nature, then it's going to support this DNA structuring and activation even more so, because you are in that environment of the frequency. But if we are, for instance, having fast foods or a lot of refined sugar, we can see that as the cause of inflammation at this time, for example, then you're constantly going to pull to a certain DNA structure, because everything is energy in support. And you're going to continue to have certain addictions, and addiction to certain foods, right? That's going to be very hard for you. But go step by step. Take little, tiny, bite-sized step that you want to take, and then gradually move on, expand in a natural, organic way. And if you shift your energy instantly, and everything shifts instantly as well, because you hold the key. You are the creator. You are the mother, the father. Om, Alpha and Omega. Phoenix rising. Your Kundalini rising. Also your spine health with the flexibility is also important at this time, because the energy needs to move through to activate your 12 strand DNA. further down the line, okay? So posture, looking into your posture, perhaps doing yoga or certain movements, however it resonates. You can create your unique ways of practice, something you can do on a consistent basis that's going to also support you at this time, okay? So always educate yourself, right? Do research and use your consciousness and intuition to guide you. And whenever you find yourself seeking answers or quick fixes from other people, that's where you're staying in the old pattern of ego, the pattern of that karma. So that is the resistance that you need to look into so you can let it go. Get closer to who you really are. That is the love and light. That is the ease and flow. So when you are embodying more higher frequency, you're able to surrender easily because you trust. You're able to flow easily because you made peace with the ego, meaning the fear, the judgment. And one last thing that I'm guided to share is the denial that a lot of people are in right now, that is still in the process of working with resistance, resisting that, well, I'm fine when you're not, or I can handle this when you need help, or I'm not angry, I'm just this, when you're really angry. So you need to honor your feelings, and all feelings are valid. It's tied to you feeling, believing that you're not enough. And it's going to lead you to constantly wanting to prove yourself, prove others wrong, to get ahead, to win. And what are you winning? Are you really winning is the question. Who are you trying to win over? What are you really gaining? You want to ask these questions, okay? So with that, I'm gonna end this video today. And this is the quote that I love. It's about love, and I think it's from a Bible verse. And I wasn't brought up with any religion in this lifetime for a purpose, but I always was drawn to this saying. And I bought this in Seattle a few years ago. It's a stamp, and I found this, and it's on my desk right here. So I'm gonna read this for you guys dealing with any emotional stuff right now, to keep your heart open, or to at least have a guiding light whenever you feel distracted, you are fighting, or you are in that inner struggle, inner conflict within yourself, okay? Between the ego and your higher self. I want to help you with that, so I'm going to read it. To remember, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always trusts, always protects, always perseveres. Love never fails. Okay? So, when you recognize your beautiful side of love, that kindness is not weakness, your beautiful innocence is not naivety, but it's from the wisdom. Once you recognize and see that as your strength, and you held on to, meaning you saw that as your guiding light, when the world was trying to make you believe that it is weakness, it is inconvenient, and people are going to use you, dishonor you, you understood that it is the power within, okay? So keep that. Innocence is the wisdom within, the purity within. You are laughing, you are crying freely, and that is the essence that is in you, the free to express who you are authentically, because you don't have any fear of others judging you. You don't have that concept anymore in your cellular structure. That's where we are heading into. Honor that purity, honor that innocence within you. It's different from naivety. You've learned the lessons, but keep that energy within your heart center. That is the essence of who you really are. A lot of earth angels are here, and they've been misused, deceived, mishandled by these illusions that seek domination, control, manipulation. But if you've been in that game, come out, see your love and light, start shining, start radiating as your beautiful light. That is who you are. And okay, one last thing that is coming up is that wherever you are, whether you are reacting, whether you are in anger, you said something mean because you're reacting out of old patterns, or you are in deep sadness, you hate these people, you have these thoughts, right? Or you are anger, or you're frustrated about the situation, doesn't mean you are not enough. You are enough in every moment. You're just playing this game, okay? You are enough as you are. You are who you are, and that is enough, okay? So with that, I'm gonna end this video, and I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye.